Coming up this Sunday on the live stream, Enrique Tarrio, obviously a very white supremacist. You can tell by the name, you can tell by his permanent suntan. This man was just sentenced to 22 years in life for receiving a tweet. Let's be honest, he actually received it for being a minority and not voting Democrat. Didn't you hear Joe Biden on Charlemagne's show? You ain't black if you don't vote Democrat. But be that as it may, if the standard is, if being black and not being a Democrat will get you 22 years in jail, then what's going to happen to the defenders of the Atlanta forest? You remember them. They're the autonomous group, an insurrectionist organization that violates every local, state, and federal law across the United States. That's the group that went into Atlanta and tried to burn down police stations. That's the group that went in and attacked citizens of Atlanta. They terrorized the city and they occupied public land. Yeah, you remember them, right? You remember when they decided that it wasn't enough just to terrorize the public, but they wanted to go and have people from across the country to come out and to join them in threatening people. Remember the Night of Rage? A riot that was planned to take part in cities across America? Do you recall when they were inciting violence? This is the danger to America, as they're asking for city after city to become like Minneapolis and burn down. I know. The mainstream media doesn't want you to really remember how they had about 200 people trying to attack police officers who were training to be able to better take care of the people of Atlanta. No, they don't want you to think about that. They don't want you to think about that insurrection that was trying to happen in America. They don't want you to think about the insurrectionist zones that exist in America across this country right now. No, the approved message from MSNBC and the mainstream news media is Donald Trump is the problem. Donald Trump has an army, a private army. Really? Because no one signed up. There is no proof of this. It's just rhetoric to make you afraid, to make you fear having a different opinion than the one that is given to you by the news media and the controlling progressive movement in our government. You have to vote. If you're black, you have to vote Democrat. If you have a different opinion, you have to stay silent. And if you don't, well, then you're the problem. That's what the news media is telling you. And gee, something doesn't seem right about that. They burned down Minneapolis. They kill people in Portland and in Seattle. In Atlanta, they killed a child. They killed a mom of a newborn in Indianapolis. But that's all okay. In New York State, 6,000 people had their crimes wiped out. Rioting, assault, arson, gone. But Enrique Tarrio, he's a white supremacist. You can tell by his suntan. You can tell by his name. It sounds so Germanic, so British, so American. He obviously is the problem. That's why he needs to get 22 years in prison. There's something wrong with this system. It's happening before your eyes, and you're not supposed to think about it. You're not supposed to question it. You're supposed to obey, or you're going to be next. Well, let's talk about it this Sunday on our live stream, because I think it's wrong. And I think there's a lot of reasons why. We look forward to hearing what you have to say.